Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you my review of the new Arrow limited edition 4K release of 2007's Trick or Treat. I absolutely love this movie. This has become a Halloween staple in my house since I first found it in 2007. It's really grown on me throughout the years more and more because I just absolutely love it. It's such a fantastic movie, and I was so excited when Arrow announced they would be releasing it on 4K. This is actually due out on October 29th of 2024, I do believe, but I did pre-order mine a little early, so I got a little earlier. I'm excited. I was excited. I was so happy to get it. But this is an amazing movie. And Arrow, as always, does an amazing work. But we'll go over all that here in a minute. So let's show it off. Let's show off all the contents of this. So here's the new slipcase with Sam, of course, right there. We have Sam. There's the front. And here's the back for you guys. There's a lot of special features on there. A lot of special features carried over, I believe, from the Shout Factory, Scream Factory set with some new stuff on it. It's got new audio commentary from Michael Dougherty. It's got so many special features, man. I mean, if you guys can see all that, I know that might be hard to see, but there's so many. I don't have time to go over every one of them in this, but there's an amazing amount of special features from archival interviews to new commentaries. It's a brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films, approved by writer-director Michael Dougherty. This was actually filmed on 35 millimeter, so it was actually filmed on film. That bodes well. It bodes well for this, and Arrow does an amazing work. But I'm going to go ahead and take off the slipcover there, and also for the slipcover there, the little vampire mask there. That's cool from the movie. That's cool on the side there. But it does have reversible artwork. This artwork right here is on the other side of the slip insert here. I just turned it around because I always like putting the original artwork on the cover, especially when I get the new artwork on the slipcase. I like to put the original artwork on. So there, have it. And then we'll go ahead and open this up for you guys. And of course, we have the 4K disc right here. Right there, 4K disc. And we got a bunch of goodies on this side. So we'll go over the goodies real quick. Let's go through the postcard things they give you. The girl there, poor girl in that movie, I swear. And then each one on the back has this on the back of this. So then we have, of course, Anna Paquin, who's great in this movie. And as like it's a subversion of the Little Red Riding Hood story. Great story. And Dylan, I can't remember his last name, but is great in this movie as well as Mr. Wilkins. It's so great. And then, of course, we have, I'm forgetting all their names right now, but this is great character. Brian Cox, great, one of the original Hannibal Lecter, by the way. Great in this with his battle against Sam in the house. So good, so good. And then, of course, we have Sam and with the rules of Halloween and everything. So great. So one of the great little new horror characters. And, of course, all those creepy kids on the bus and their Halloween masks. I love that they got these, like, the creepiness of the kids or the Halloween costumes, which makes it really creepy because we forget back in the day, like because this is like a flashback. Back in the day, Halloween costumes were pretty scary. Even the ones that are just like simple vampires and rabbits, they're so truly scary, and they captured that in this movie. So good, so good. And of course, we have the director directing Brian Cox here. So cool, so cool. And then back to the beginning here with all these postcards. So many great postcards here. Oh, it's upside down now. Drop some. But so many great here. So many great postcards there. We'll set them to the side. Okay, now let's pull out the little booklet they give us. They give us a nice little booklet in here with essays and stuff. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at that right there. So cool. It's got so many great things in this. Look, there you have that. Absolutely outstanding stuff. Outstanding stuff. I love these little things. I do find myself, oh man, Anna Paquin was so hot in this. I'm sorry, she was so hot. The werewolf scene with all the werewolf women. Oh, that's an incredible, hot and scary, creepy, and horrifying scene all in one. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, we got stuff like that, and we got, it's like I said, I love reading these things. I love when we get these things. Sometimes they're not the best anecdotes and stuff from some of the people you want to hear, but they're fun to go through and read and stuff like that. So it's got a great, like I said, man. I mean, come on, right? I love it. It's so amazing. And like I said, this is a horror anthology. If I did not mention it yet, this is a horror anthology. And it's one of the best horror anthologies, I would say, right next to Creepshow and stuff. It's really good. It's very atmospheric. It's very Halloweenish. It's perfect. It's perfect. And we have that. So there's a little booklet, and we'll set that to the side. And then, of course, we got a little poster here from the movie, which I love, and I love that the Arrow does this. We have the original art Trick or Treat artwork poster here, and then the new poster artwork, which, like I said, I don't really hate. I like both of them. They're both very good, and I think they did enough. Like, it's a little different enough to where it's also very similar to the original. So I like that they did that, and I like the little mini poster there. And I got so many little mini posters now and stuff. But there you guys have all the special contents within the 4K set here. So if you have a 4K player, now remember this is a limited, only a 4K disc. Luckily, I do have the Blu-ray already, but not from Shout. I didn't get the Shout because I figured, you know what? Eventually, it'll do a 4K. I was right, and I was so happy that it was Arrow over Shout that got the 4K. They've been doing so much better work than Shout lately. But this is an amazing set. Now, as for the movie and the new scan, like I said, it's a new 4K scan from the original the overlooked by Michael Dougherty and everything, and it was shot on film. So there's this nice layer of thin grain for the film. It's a newer 2007. It's a newer movie, so it's not as grainy and heavy as some other movies from the past and everything. It's got this nice little thin layer of grain. You can tell the darks and the shadows are great. The orange and colors pop and everything. There's like it's very. It's very good. This looked way better than I anticipated it being, especially with it being a newer movie. So it is. Like I said, I've never had the Shout Scream Factory Blu-ray, but I had the old Warner Brothers Blu-ray, and this looks way better than that. So it's really great. The sound is great. It's got 5.1 DTS surround sound and 2.0 stereo audio. The sound is great. It's good. I could hear everything, the lows and the highs and everything. Like when you can hear the werewolves in the background, like when the stories, because it's an anthology, they sort of all intersect. Like you can hear things, and then like Brian Cox's dog when it's running around in the house. The sound is great, but the picture quality really, really, honestly surprised me. There's like no haloing. There's no edge enhancement things where it messes up. It's really great, and I love the little fine layer of grain. I love the blacks and the shadows and the orange color popping. It just looks incredible on 4K. It truly just looks incredible on 4K. This is almost a reference quality 4K. I will say. In my opinion, from what I saw, what I watched, this is almost a reference quality 4K, and I highly recommend this. Like I said, this is a limited edition. I don't know how much of this is left, but if you've never seen Trick or Treat, now is a great time. I would highly recommend if you get 4K. If you can't, I still highly recommend the movie if you can find it on a Blu-ray. I know the Warner Brothers Blu-ray is really cheap. The Shout Factory Blu-ray might be a little expensive. It's about the same price maybe as a 4K if you can get a whole 4K. I don't really do streaming and digital, but if you can find it streaming and digital, go ahead. Just as long as you can see this movie. And what fascinates me about this movie is I believe that at one point this movie was supposed to have a theatrical release, and it never was, and it was released through the Warner Brother Premiere straight to video release. And yes, some people say, well, it was released on streaming. No, it was released on video demand back in the day. Streaming wasn't really a thing. When I talk about streaming, I don't mean like video on demand or buying it digitally. Yeah, you sort of streaming that like that. But I mean, when I say streaming, I mean like streaming services. I don't believe this movie would have got the popularity cult status it has if it was released directly onto like Netflix or something like that. I think it would have been watched, consumed, and quickly forgotten today's day and age. This movie had built up a following through like the home video and original VOD market, and so many people found it. It's a great horror anthology series, and if you've never seen it, it's so good. It's got this principal who's a murderer who goes around, and it's got these group of college girls, and one of them, played by Anna Paquin, they talk about her like she's a virgin and everything, what's going on and everything. And it has a nice little Red Riding Hood twist. I don't want to give too much away if I haven't given too much away with all the pictures. And then it's got this group of kids, collecting pumpkins, and that story about, these kids that were, maybe not all there, and their parents were kind of fed up with them, and something bad happened to them. And then like we moved to the present, and maybe there's a little ghost story, nice little ghost story to that. And then, of course, there's with Brian Cox and his house and Sam here. And they all sort of connect. And, in the beginning, there's a nice little story that bookends both the things that connects it all in this small town in Ohio, where the rules of Halloween must be followed, because if they are not followed, bad things can happen. But let me know what you guys thought about this review. If you picked up the 4K, if you've seen this movie, if I've inspired you to see this movie, or any thoughts and comments you have in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. That'd be awesome if you earn your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media. It truly is the superior format. And happy Halloween. Don't forget to follow the rules. Godspeed.